Welcome anybody. Today in this video we're going to take this assembly compiler and we're going to write basic code. And the assembly compiler can do both now, even though the basic is limited and very new. Just something I've been adding recently. So to start out, I have a console template. Maybe you've seen in other videos. And here's how I'm going to write to the console. Hello from assembly. I don't like that red. Gotta work on my colors, I think. Now this basic link here is a basic module that I added, and the only way it became a basic module is I named it .bas, and the compiler says, okay, we're gonna call this a basic module. Then I put a subtest in here, and in here I'm gonna say call console.code.writeline. You know what? Look at that. I don't have IntelliSense working right. Got little glitches here. Don't like that. Turns out if I change my color schemes a little bit, I'll cycle through my 3 color schemes. Go back to this one and okay. We got some style now. Right line. Basic. Let's go back here to our entry point and let's say call from the basic 1 code.test. So we're calling a basic function from a basic module that's in a basic module from an assembly module. Let's create that. I'm off my screen here, and then let's run that. Hello from assembly and hello from basic. So they can exist together. Let's go back here. This didn't really look like basic very much, did it? It wasn't really a print. You know, basic's supposed to be print, not console.code.writeline. So, like I said, it is very new and it needs some work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little more code here. I'm going to declare a variable. Now I want a string variable, and I can't type this what basic wants because it doesn't work. I gotta type my variables as if they're assembly variables. Again, something else needs work done. So the DW string module in my runtime, and I'm going to name as text. And let's see here. I'm going to put some space in there. And let's say what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, this will be my input string. I'm going to make a list of items. 3, 4, comma separate items. 5, item 6, item 7. I think we get the idea. 8. Good enough. Oops. Although I do need double quote at the end. Doesn't like. Oh, isn't that nice? Doesn't like some text. Oh, okay. Wrestle with this. Look at the video. with the as keyword? Oh, okay. Didn't like my syntax declaration. I call it universal, but as I don't know what I'm thinking. Usually after as, you can't have a name that's as like string or integer. I can type named, and it understands that even if it didn't change the casing of it. So that was my fault here. I must be getting tired. Let's make an output string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to parse that list by the comma. I'm going to do a comma separated list parse in BASIC. My output string will be subtext 2. Alright. I'll need a few more variables here. Now I can use the as if I put a type after it and type it in properly. I'm going to declare a couple integer variables. They could be long or integer, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it matters, but not today. And I'm going to start a do loop. Make that the bottom of the do loop. And the very bottom line, I want to change it to be subtext 2. Now I could, what I want to do is I want to recreate the string in identical form in the output. I just want to copy. Essentially, if I say subtext 2 equals subtext, I'll have the answer, what I'm looking for, in one line. But I'm going to do it the hard way. I'm going to do it item by item, depending on the comma separated list. So let's just start this. Nth next equals inString. So inString is one of the few functions that does work. And I'm going to say start at nth previous plus 1. So if it starts at 0, we'll start at 1. Nth previous will represent where the previous comma was found. Look in the string called subtext. Look for a comma. That's what you're searching for. And I'm going to say if nth next equals 0, then that will be the last item. Put something there. I'm going to fill this in first. This will be found an item. Indif. It didn't fix my indif for me. Okay, I never type a space in there because it always fixes it for me. VB6 would fix it for me. Let's see, if we're going to parse the last item, subtext 2. Ampersand equals does work. Mid works. Let's strip it off from nth previous plus 1. Anything past the last comma. And the else here, add it to itself, something from subtext, and we're going to strip it off from, again, nth previous plus 1. Now it's the length parameter, which it's nth next minus nth previous. And this is probably not necessary, but I'd like to put an exit do there because even though my do loop is going to exit when nth next equals 0, but a glitch there. And I do need to update if previous before I go back to the top of the loop and say that it's equal to if next. And God, look at that little glitch there. What is that? There. That's basic. Looks a lot like basic, don't it? Let's compile that. See if it runs. See how well I did here. Go back here, create the exe. Line not understood. Oh. Loop. Loop, 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 loop. Until. Let's try loop until n equals 0. Let's try that again. Okay, let's run that. And there we go. Hello from assembly. And there's our items parsed one at a time through a little comma separated parse loop, all written in BASIC. And that's kind of cool. I've been doing assembly for quite a long time here on this compiler. It's kind of nice to be able to type some BASIC in. It can do loops, if, else, ifs, end ifs. A lot of the operators, and you can see a new one there. Some of the built-in functions. You know, there's a lot of built-in functions, so I got a lot of work ahead of me. Select cases it can do, for next, you know, different types of loops and stuff. And that's it. That's it. Thanks for watching.